I'm sorry for the technical glitch that the video had stopped in the middle. So in accounting is the art of recording and classifying. After recording, we need to classify that this payment or this receipt was against which item or against which transaction or what nature of transaction it was. And thereafter we need to summarize in a significant manner. Also we need to summarize those events, those transactions, so as to gain a proper result in significant manner. And in terms of money, all the transactions must be recorded in terms of money only, which are at least of financial character. Also the transactions which are of financial character will only be recording them and interpreting the results thereof. Thereafter, after recording, classifying and summarizing, we need to interpret, we need to get the results out of there, that what was the profit or loss during the year. Now characteristics of accounting. Accounting is an art as well as science. So what does it mean, accounting is an art as well as science? Art is something where we need to use our personal judgment, our personal skill is used. In accounts also there are many items or many transactions for which we need to ascertain the net profit using our own technique or our personal skill. Also accounting is a science because here there are certain specified principles as science that we have to follow. In science there are certain rules and regulations, some procedures, some principles that we follow. Similarly in accounts also we need to follow some certain procedures that are specified. Next feature of accounting is recording of financial transactions only. In accounts we only record the financial transactions. Transactions can be of many kind, but we'll be recording only the financial transactions. Next, recording in terms of money. All the recording of all the transactions will be done in terms of money only. Next is classifying, summarizing. Classifying and summarizing. In accounts, after recording, we need to classify those items, like all the expenses in a separate account, all the incomes in a separate account, all assets separately, all purchase separately, all sales separately. So this type of classification needs to be done in separate accounts. Also thereafter we need to summarize all the transactions, all the recording after we have classified. For example, when we are preparing an accounts report, we need to summarize all the transactions. We cannot keep all the reports together. We need to summarize them and make a final report out of it. So that is called summarizing. Here we have a process. The process of recording, classifying and summarizing is termed as the accounting cycle. Now what is the accounting cycle that I will show you here? Accounting cycle means the transactions that are recorded. They are recorded the first time in journal. Here you can see transaction. First of all, it is recorded in journal. So when any transaction takes place, the first recording of that transaction in the books of accounts will be in journal. Journal is a type of account that is prepared that I will show you later on. We'll have a chapter called journal. After journal, the entries are passed on to ledger. Whatever transactions are entered into journal, they will be passed on to the ledger. Ledger is also a separate type of account that we will read later on. After ledger, they will be transferred to trial balance. And after the trial balance, the entries will be passed on to the final account. Final account comprises of three things. There are trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. But this is not a continuous cycle. After the balance sheet, those transactions will not be recorded anywhere else. So the first entry for transaction is done in journal, thereafter ledger, thereafter trial balance, and thereafter final account. Final account comprises of three items. They are trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. I want all of you to note this down, note it down in a copy, the accounting cycle. The next we have objectives of accounting. We'll see what are the objectives of accounting. Number one, to keep systematic record of business transactions. This is very simple to understand. We need to keep a systematic record of all the business transactions. This is one of the most important objective of accounting. Next is to calculate profit or loss. After keeping a systematic record of business transactions, we also need to calculate the profit or loss made therein. The next is to know the exact reasons leading to profit or loss. If we maintain proper account, we'll come across the reasons that why we have gained this amount of profit or why we have suffered such amount of loss. Next is to ascertain the financial position of the business. Only if we maintain systematic records of accounts, then we can ascertain the financial position of the business as regards what is the position of the business on a certain date. On any date we can find out what is the position of the business only if we have maintained proper books of accounts. Next is to ascertain the progress of the business from year to year. Also we can make comparisons on year to year basis, so we can ascertain the progress of the business. Next is to detect errors and frauds. We can also prevent and detect the errors and frauds if any present in the books of accounts. And at last we have to provide information to various parties. So these were the objectives of accounting. Now we have next the functions of accounting. The functions of accounting are maintaining complete and systematic records that we have already discussed. Next is to communicate the financial results to various parties. Also, after getting the financial results, we need to communicate it to the various parties, the parties that are interested in such accounts. They can be the owner, the employees, government, competitors, the general public, the lenders, those who have invested amount or funds in our business. So this can be the parties that are interested in the books of accounts. We need to communicate the results to them. Next is protecting the assets of the business. Also, accounts enables us to keep a control on the assets of the business. Next is providing assistance to management. The work of management is to plan and make decisions for the business. So with proper accounts in place, the management is helped in making perfect decisions for the business. Next is trusteeship, and the next one is compliance of legal needs. Also, the compliance of legal needs, the government rules and regulations are being followed if we follow the proper books of accounts. We can make correct calculations of income tax, goods and service tax, that is GST, and all other taxes and levies that are implied by the government. Next, we'll see the differences between bookkeeping and accounting. There is always one question regarding if the bookkeeping and accounting are the same thing, but no, there are a lot of differences between bookkeeping and accounting. We'll see the differences between bookkeeping and accounting. Number one, scope. Bookkeeping includes identifying the transaction of financial nature. Accounting includes, in addition to bookkeeping, summarizing and classifying the transactions. In bookkeeping, we only need to identify the transactions, record them in the transactions, identify the transactions in terms of money, and classify them into ledger. But in accounting, apart from the functions of bookkeeping, we have summarizing the classified informations, analyzing and interpreting the summarized results, and communicating the results to the parties interested. Bookkeeping is just the recording of transactions and classifying them. In accounting, we need to develop reports out of such transactions, analyze the reports, get the final results, and communicate it to the interested parties. Next is stage. Bookkeeping is done at the primary stage, accounting is done at the secondary stage. Objective. The main objective of bookkeeping is to maintain systematic records. The main objective of the accounting is to ascertain the net results or the net profit. Nature of job. Bookkeeping is the routine function. It is clerical in nature. Accounting function is analytical in nature. Bookkeeping is clerical nature, like it is just recording of transactions, but in accounting we need to analyze the results, so it is analytical in nature. Who performs? Bookkeeping is performed by the junior staff. Accounting is performed by the senior staff. Knowledge level. Bookkeeping can be done with a person with limited level of knowledge, but accounting is done with a person with higher level of knowledge. Analytical skill. The bookkeeper is not required to possess any analytical skill, but the accountant must have some analytical skills. Next, we have the types of subfields of accounting. There are many subfields of accounting like financial accounting, cost accounting, management accounting, tax accounting, and we have social responsibility accounting. Financial accounting is the just accounting that is done for calculation of the financial position of the business. Cost accounting is estimating the cost incurred in producing each unit of good, each item of goods. Management accounting is the technique and concept that includes ratio analysis, cash flow statement, fund flow statement, just to make the management easy in the business. Next is tax accounting. The branch of accounting which is used for tax purposes is called tax accounting. And social responsibility accounting. Also, the businessmen need to serve the society. Any business cannot run just behind the profits, and they must provide employment to the underprivileged people. They must also produce goods that are satisfying the customers, and also they need to follow and they need to obey to their responsibilities towards environment. In the branch of accounting which deals with such things is called social responsibility accounting. Next is users of accounting information and their needs. We'll see who are the users of accounting information. There are two different groups, those who are interested or those who are the users of accounts. Number one, internal users, and number two, external users. Internal users are again classified into two groups. One is owner and the next one is management. The owner is the person who owns the business, and management is the people like manager or directors in the business, those who run the business. So these both are internal users, those who use the accounts. Next we have external users. External users include the government, investors, lenders, creditors, employees, government. These all people, these all parties also use our accounts, but they are grouped into external users as they are not of our organization, as they are not belonging to the organization that we have. Next we have advantages of accounting. Helpful in management of business. Accounting is very helpful in the management of business. This is very simple to understand how. Helpful in planning, helpful in decision making, and helpful in controlling. Accounting helps the business in a lot of respect. Next is provides complete and systematic record. This also we have discussed. Information regarding profit and loss. This is also what we have discussed already. Information regarding financial position. Enables comparative study. Helpful in assessment of tax liability. Evidence in legal matters. Facilitates sales of business. Helpful in raising loans, and helpful in partnership accounts. Also it is helpful in prevention and reduction of errors and frauds. So these were the advantages of accounting. Now we'll see the limitations of accounting. What are the limitations of accounting, or what are the disadvantages of accounting? Influenced by personal judgments. As I've already told, accounting is also an art. So personal judgments of people also influence the books of accounts, which cannot be always correct. Now based on accounting conventions and concepts, like in the changing world, the business is changing day by day, but the concepts and conventions of accounting don't change. The same old concepts are being used again and again in accounts. So this is also one of the limitations of accounting. Incomplete information. Accounting statements provide only the incomplete information, because the actual profit or loss of a business can be known only when the business is closed down. So on a particular date, on a particular time, just a statement of profit, that is which can obtain. We cannot obtain the actual profit or loss. Next is omission of qualitative information. In accounts we can only get the quantitative information but not the qualitative information, like how is the management working, what is the reputation of the firm in the market, is the firm able to develop new product, what is the efficiency of management, how efficient are our employees. This type of information cannot be obtained from accounts. Next is based on historical cost. Accounts is made on historical cost basis. The changes in the price level is not included in accounting. For example, if a land is purchased for rupees 1 lakh today, for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, until the land is sold or it is revalued, the same